I was born in Manhattan, in New York, and I was supposed to be a boy, second child, because the first one was not a boy. Well, the second child surely will be a boy. So there was no girl name for me. There's a phone call from the records downtown, and they said, "Do you have a name for your daughter?" And my papi said, "No." So they said, "If you don't have a name for her in half an hour, the state will give her a name." Papi looked at the clock to see how much time he had left to get me a name. He didn't want a very common name. The brand on the clock was Aurora. So that's how my name was chosen. So he named me Aurora. So I could have been Big Ben, West Clock, one of those clock names, I guess. So I do like my name. I do not have a middle name. There was no time. We got to the island when I was 28 days old by boat. So I was there till I was 9 years old. Then we came and spent 3 years in the States. We lived in New York, in Connecticut, and again in New York. One of the best things in life, no matter what your station is, whether you have money, whether you don't have money, your family is number one. They call it their vitamin. They go home at noon and they have this for their meal, and boy, they're ready to go and work the rest of the day and come home and have had a wonderful day. Nicolas, you're doing a super job, my love. Gracias, gracias. When you have good food, it doesn't have to be humongous amounts of food, but just the right food. It just brings back so many memories. One time, one of those times when we came back from Christmas in Puerto Rico, and people asked, "Well, how is it in Puerto Rico?" And one of them said, "Oh, everywhere you go, you hug and kiss everybody." And they used to say, they know everybody on the island. Well, now that Maria, the hurricane, did so much damage to the island, I have gone back. I didn't go till a year and a few months after, and there are still places that it's hard for me to believe that they're not the way they should be. Oh, it makes me feel sad. It makes me feel sad. When you stop to think of all that we have been through in the island, and our people helping each other. No matter what you hear up in the States, we help each other. We help each other. Doesn't matter who you are. I spent the whole month of October there. We got a chance to go visit some of the family, and I went a little bit to the center of the island where there were roads that you had to go only one car at a time for a little distance because it's so high up that they just haven't had a chance to do it. For another big major hurricane, they had to have new light posts, and the mayor of our little town, when it was over, and maybe the governor had said, "If you don't need them, go ahead and sell them," and they sold them to the Virgin Islands and some of those other islands that needed them. But our little mayor kept ours. So when they came and they said, "We can't help you because we don't have the posts," he says, "Oh yes we do," and he went and got them. So our little town was the first one on the island to have electricity in 2 weeks.
It's for running.
I don't know if you want it.
Oh my gosh, you pray a lot and you know that they're okay. You just know it in your heart. And for the family and neighbors and friends. When you wake up you thank God for another day and face whatever is happening.